Good morning friends, welcome back to Parnika tutorials. In this video, I want to discuss what is the purpose of a loops, and then I will discuss about entry control loop, exit control loop, then I will discuss in detail about the for loop with an example. So I sincerely request everyone to watch the complete video for better understanding. First, let me discuss what is the purpose of a loop. If you want to execute a certain block of instructions or statements more than once or multiple times, then we will go for the loops. Till now, we have written the sequential programs and conditional statement programs also. Like in sequential program, we will execute the instruction 1, then instruction 2, instruction 3, so on. Whereas in the conditional statements, like in simple if else if, and then switch, if a particular condition is satisfied, we will execute a block of statements. If the condition fails, we will execute certain block of statements, but only once only. But if you want to execute any instructions multiple times, then we will go for the loops. So any loop will have 3 sessions. One is initialization session, then condition, and third one is the iteration. So any loop will have these 3 sections. Now what is meant by initialization? When you want to enter into the loop, okay, will be discussed by the initialization section. Now condition, somewhere you want to stop the executing these instructions multiple times. You don't want to execute the instructions infinite number of times. Somewhere you want to stop it. So that condition you will point out here when you want to stop executing these instructions. If the certain condition is satisfied, then you will stop the condition. Then iteration, whether you want to increment or you want to decrement. Now let me discuss with a simple example. I want to print the numbers from 0 to 10. So the initialization, I will take some I is equal to 0. So I want to print the value which is there in the variable I from 0 to 10. So it should start printing from 0. So that is why I have taken the initialization section as equal to 0. And then condition, when I want to stop executing or printing this value, when I is greater than 10, I want to stop it. So till I less than or equal to 10, I want to keep on executing these instructions. I hope you are able to understand. Now iteration. Once you printed I is equal to 0, next value you want to print is 1. So that's why you need to increment the I value by 1 using this statement I is equal to I plus 1, or you can write I plus plus. Anything is possible. Okay. So initialization will tell you when you want to enter into the loop. Condition will tell you when you want to exit from the loop. And then iteration will tell you the step. Whether you want to increment by 1, whether you want to increment by 2, whether you want to decrement by 1, whether you want to decrement by 2, all these things the iteration statement will tell you. So now, based on the condition where you are keeping, there are 2 types of loops. One is entry control loop and another one is exit control loop. In the entry control loop, before executing the instructions, you will verify the condition. If the condition is satisfied, you will execute the instructions once. Then again you will verify the condition. If the condition is true, again you will execute the instructions. It is like simple. Let's take that there is a restaurant is there. In the restaurant, there will be a counter. At the counter, there will be a menu. What are the items will be provided in the restaurant. Okay. Now, the person who came to eat in the restaurant, first he will look at the menu. Okay, and he will pay the corresponding money, and then he will go and eat in the restaurant. So this is what, before eating, the person need to pay the money. So the owner will come to know, does this person have the money to eat in the restaurant or not. Suppose let's take that he want to eat the rava dosa. Let's take that it is 100 rupees. If the person who can afford 100 rupees, he will pay and then he will eat it. Okay. So this is an example for entry control loop. Now the same restaurant guy said that the persons can first eat before they are leaving the restaurant, they need to pay the money and go. This is what normally we will do. Okay, so in this case, the person who does not have the money also, if he is very hungry, then he will first eat and he will fill his stomach. Then he will come to the owner and say that I don't have any money. If the owner is very genuine, if say that he can understand the situation of the person, then he'll say that okay, you can come and pay next time. If the owner understood that this person is cheating everywhere, then he will ask that person to do some work in the restaurant, then leave. Is it clear? So in entry control loops, before executing the instructions, you will verify the condition. If the condition is satisfied, you will execute the instructions. If the condition is failed, you will not execute or you will not enter into the loop. Whereas in the exit control loop, first you will execute the instructions once, then you will verify the condition. If the condition is satisfied, then again you will execute the instructions. If the condition is failed, you will not execute the instructions by once. Now look at here, the examples for the entry control loops. The examples for the entry control loops is a for loop and then while loop. In the exit control loops, the example is do while loop. For loop and while loop, before executing the instructions, they will verify the condition. Whereas do while loop, first it will execute the instructions once, then it will verify the condition. Is it clear? So for loop and while loop, minimum times the instructions execution will be 0. If the condition failed initially itself, the instructions will not be executed. Whereas in do while loop, the minimum number of times the instructions executed will be 1, because first it will execute the instructions. If the condition fail, it will come out. If the condition is satisfied, again you can execute. So the minimum times in the for loop and while loop is 0, in do while loop is 1. Now let me discuss the for loop syntax, and then I will discuss few examples on the for loop for better understanding. For the for loop, you will use the for keyword, then you will have the initialization, semicolon, then you will have the condition session, and then you will have the iteration. And what are the block of statements you want to execute, you will mention here, like you will have a statement 1, statement 2, statement 3, so on. So in a for loop, already I told you every loop will have initialization section, condition session, and the iteration. So for the for loop, the syntax is you need to use the for keyword, which should be in the lower case, because for is a keyword. All the keywords you need to mention in the lower case. So for initialization, condition, iteration, and the block of statements. Now let me discuss a simple example. Okay. Now I want to print the numbers from 0 to 5. Then what I will do, for okay, I is equal to 0, I less than or equal to 5 is my condition, then increment is I plus plus. Then here what I will do, I will write system dot out dot print ln, and I will write I. Look at here how this program will be executed, or how this set of statements will be executed. Initially I value is equal to 0. Okay, this is what the initialization. Once the initialization is done, it will verify whether the condition is true or false. What is the condition? I less than or equal to 5. What is the I value? 0. 0 is less than or equal to 5 or not? Yes, 0 is less than 5. So the condition is true. If the condition is true, the statements which are there in the for loop will be executed once. So what is the statement is there? System.out.println. So you are trying to display something. What you are displaying? The value which is there in the variable I. What is the value is there? 0. So 0 will be displayed. Then once the statements which are there in the for loop has been executed once, the control will come to the iteration. So I plus plus, so I value will be incremented by 1. So I will be updated to 1. Once it is updated, you will again verify the condition I less than or equal to 5. Now what is the I value? 1. 1 is less than 5. Again the condition is true. As the condition is true, again you will execute the instructions which are there in the for loop. So what it is? Print the I value. What is the I value? 1. Then I value will be incremented, I value will be updated to 2. Again you will verify the condition. I less than or equal to 5. I value is 2. 2 is less than 5. The condition is true. As again the condition is true, the statements which are there in the for loop will be executed one more time. So system.out.println I, so I value will be printed, which is 2. Then I plus plus, so I value will be updated to 3. Then again you will verify the condition 3 is less than 5 or not. 3 is less than 5, so the condition is true. So as the condition is true, again you will print the I value will become 3 will be printed. Then I plus plus, now I value will be updated to 4 because 3 plus 1 is 4. Now again you will verify the condition 4 less than or equal to 5. Yes, the condition is true. So again you will print the I value, which is 4. Then I plus plus, I value will be updated to 5. 5 less than or equal to 5. Yes, the condition is true. 5 is equal to 5. So again it will print the I value, which is 5. Then I value will be incremented one more time and I will become 6. Now look at this condition. I less than or equal to 5. 6 is less than or equal to 5. 6 is not less than 5, not equal to 5. So the condition is failed. Once the condition is failed, the statements which are there in the for loop will not be executed and the control will come out from the loop. I hope you have understood how these values are printed. Now I will write the entire program to print the sum of first n natural numbers using the for loop. I need to read the value from the user. According to that one, I want to print the sum of that one. Suppose let's take that user has entered the value is equal to 5. Then what I need to do? 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. So it will be 15. That I want to display as an output. Suppose if user has entered 8, then 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8. Whatever the sum I want to display. So first I need to read the input from the user. If I want to read the input from the user, either I can go for the scanner class or I can go for the input stream reader, buffer reader streams. So as we are familiar with the input stream reader and buffer reader, we will use the same thing. Okay. So to do that one, first I need to import the module. So import java.io.star. Then I will write class, some class name I will use. Let's take that first. So if I use the class name as first, then the file name should be first.java. Okay, and I open the class. Then I need to write public static void main string args. Then we need to write throws exception. I hope it is visible for you. Throws exception. Then I need to open the main. Then I will write some int n and then sum is equal to 0 and j is equal to 0. What is the purpose of these variables? I will discuss in the program. Now first I will use the input stream reader. So input stream reader sum I is equal to new input stream reader system dot in. So what we are doing, we are creating an object I for the input stream reader class where I should be capital, S should be capital and R should be capital. Similarly, buffered reader B is equal to new buffer reader, and you need to pass the object of the input stream reader. Now I will ask the user to enter the n value. So system dot out dot println, okay, enter the n value. Okay, now once the user has entered the value, I need to store it in the variable n. So I will write n is equal to integer dot parse int, where p should be small and I should be capital. Here I should be capital and here I should be capital. Okay, b dot read line method we need to use. So whatever the user has entered, now it is stored in the variable n. Now we need to write the for loop. So for j is equal to 0, okay, should I need to increment by starting from 0? 0 plus slidelet will not do. 1 plus, because we will start from 1. So let me take j is equal to 1, okay. Then I will do j less than or equal to n. Then I will do j plus plus. Then here I will write sum is equal to sum plus j. Okay, and I will close the for loop. Now look at here what will happen. Suppose let's take that user has entered the n value is equal to 5. Okay, then in that case initially j is equal to 1, and what is the condition? J less than or equal to n. Okay, what is the j value? J value is 1, and what is the n value? 5. 1 is less than or equal to 5? Yes, 1 is less than 5. The condition is true. If the condition is true, what you are doing? Sum is equal to sum plus j. Sum value is, let me write here, sum is equal to sum plus j. So you know that first the right hand side expression will be evaluated and the result will be stored in the variable sum. So sum is equal to sum plus 0. What is the sum? 0. And what is the j value? 1. So 0 plus 1 will be 1. So now sum is consists of value 1 right now. Okay. Then j plus plus. Okay. J plus plus. So j value will be updated to. Then you will verify the condition. J less than or equal to n or not. 2 is less than 5. Again the condition is true. As the condition is true, the statements which are there in the for loop will be again executed, which is sum is equal to sum plus j. Already sum value is 1 and j value is 2. So 1 plus 2, the sum will be updated to 3. Okay. Then j plus plus, j value will be updated to 3, and now I need to verify the condition. 3 less than 5 or not, or equal to 5. 3 less than or equal to 5. Yes, 3 is less than 5. The condition is again true. As the condition is true, again sum is equal to sum plus j. What is the sum value? 3. What is the j value? 3. So 3 plus 3, sum will be updated to 6. Then j plus plus. So j value will be updated to 4. Now again you need to verify the condition. J less than or equal to n or not. 4 is less than 5. Again the condition is true. So again you need to execute sum is equal to sum plus j. So sum value is already 6 and j value is how much? 4. So 6 plus 4 is 10. Okay. Then j plus plus, j value will be updated to 5. Now look at here. J less than or equal to n. 5 is equal to 5. Again the condition is true. So if the condition is true, again you will execute this instruction. Sum is equal to sum plus j. So sum value is 10 and j value is 5. So 10 plus 5, 15 is updated in the sum variable. And then j plus plus, j value will be updated to 6. Now you will verify the condition. J less than or equal to n. Is 6 is less than 5? No. Is 6 is equal to 5? No. So the condition is failed. If the condition is failed, the control will come out from the loop. Now let me write what I need to do. I want to display the sum. So I will write system dot out dot println, where s should be capital and all remaining should be lowercase. The sum is I will write concatenation, and here I will write sum and ends with a semicolon. Then I will get whatever the value is there in the variable sum as an output. The sum is 15, I will get output. Now let me close the main function and I will close the class. So this is the Java program to read the input from the user and perform the sum of first n natural numbers, whatever the value you have read. If you read the value as 6, you want to perform the sum of first 6 natural numbers and display the output. Now for better understanding, let me execute this program on the desktop and show the output for you all. Now let me right click on the first and click on the edit with notepad++. Then first.java program will be opened in notepad++. Now let me write the program to print the numbers from 0 to 5. So class first, then public static void main string args, and then I will open the main, and then what I will do, I will write int I is equal to 0, then I will write for, or here you don't need to mention I is equal to 0, just declare I. Then you can write here I is equal to 0, I less than or equal to 5, then I plus plus. So you have initialization session, condition, and then iteration. Now here what you want to do, you want to display the I value. So system.out.println, and then you can write the I value is, you can write plus and you can write I. Close the for loop, close the main and close the class. You save this one and open the command prompt cmd, and then as the program is there in the Java programs, you need to type cd desktop, then you need to go to the cd Java programs, then you need to write java c first.java. As there are no errors, now you can run the program java first. Now look at here, you got the output as the I value is 0, I value is 1, I value is 2, I value is 3, 4 and then 5. So you got the I values from 0 to 5. Now we will modify this program to print the sum of first n natural numbers. Okay, so what we can do, first we need to import the module. So java.io.star, then I will write class first, then public static void main string args, then throws exception. Now open the main function, then you can declare the variables int I, sum is equal to 0, j, you can write it. Okay, then what I need to do, I need to create the object for the input stream reader. So input stream reader I is equal to new input stream reader system.in, then buffer reader sum b is equal to new buffered reader. You need to pass the I, object of the input stream reader. Now you can ask the user to enter the n value. So system.out.println, enter the n value. Now whatever the user has entered, you need to store it in the variable n. So you will write integer dot parse int, and then you will write b dot readline method. Now you need to write the for loop to compute the sum of first n natural numbers. So for j is equal to 1. So you are starting with initialization as j is equal to 1. J less than or equal to n is your condition, and then j plus plus. You open the for loop and you perform here sum is equal to sum plus j and close the for loop. Now you print the value which is there in the variable sum. So you can write here system.out.println the sum is, okay, you can write plus and then you can write sum, and then close the main, close the class, save the program, go to the command prompt, cd desktop, cd java programs, and then java c first dot java. See, we got an error, input stream reader I is equal to new input stream reader, cannot find symbol input st. Oh yes, we have given small letter, look at here, that is the mistake we have done. So you need to give s in capital letters. Save this one and then again compile it, java c first dot java. See, there are no errors. Now you can write java first. It is asking to enter the n value. Let me enter the n value as 5. Then what should be the sum? The sum should be displayed as 15. Let's see whether it is displaying a 15 or not. See, we got sum is 15. Let me clear the screen and then again run the Java program. This time let me give 8. So it should display the sum of first 8 natural numbers. See, it is giving it as 36. I hope it is clear for you. If you still have any doubts related to the for loop, feel free to ask me in the comment section. I will try to clear your doubts as early as possible. Thank you for watching the complete video. Have a nice day.